A few years ago, I was sitting in my dentist's waiting room for the third time in 12 months, and I had a thought that I couldn't shake. I brush twice a day, I floss, I use mouthwash. I had spent more on electric toothbrush heads in the last year than I'd spent on some of my clothes, and yet here I was again, waiting to be told I had early gum inflammation or surface staining, or that familiar slight sensitivity that never quite went away between appointments. So I asked my dentist a direct question, am I doing something wrong? And she said something I wasn't expecting. She said, you're doing the right things on the surface, but brushing and mouthwash don't reach the bacterial environment deeper in your mouth. That's a different problem. That answer sent me researching the oral microbiome, and that research eventually led me to PurDentix. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what I found, the ingredients, how the formula works, the price, the money-back guarantee, and the honest pros and cons. Whether you're in a similar loop of doing everything right, but still not feeling like your mouth is actually healthy, this review is worth your time. PurDentix is a daily oral health supplement, not a toothpaste, not a mouthwash. A capsule-based supplement taken by mouth that works from the inside out to support the bacterial ecosystem in your mouth, what science calls the oral microbiome. It combines probiotics, plant-based botanicals, and essential minerals in a single formula, and it's designed to do something your toothbrush fundamentally cannot: influence the microbial balance throughout your entire oral environment, including areas that surface-level cleaning simply doesn't reach. It's manufactured in the United States in an FDA-registered, GMP-certified facility. The formula is stimulant-free, non-GMO, and contains no artificial additives or synthetic binders. It's formulated for adults dealing with recurring gum sensitivity, persistent bad breath that doesn't respond to conventional dental hygiene, surface staining, or a general sense that their mouth never feels as clean as it should. The brand recommends consistent daily use for a minimum of 90 days to properly evaluate results, which matters when we get to the pricing and guarantee discussion. Here's the core concept behind PurDentix and why it's meaningfully different from your existing dental routine. Your mouth contains over 700 species of bacteria. Most of them are neutral or beneficial. The problems, bad breath, gum inflammation, plaque, sensitivity, arise when harmful bacteria overpopulate and throw that ecosystem off balance. Conventional dental products like toothpaste and mouthwash address bacteria topically and non-selectively. They remove or kill bacteria on contact, but they don't rebalance the environment. Once you rinse, the microbial population rebounds. If the underlying bacterial balance is off, the problems return. PurDentix takes a three-angle approach, introducing beneficial probiotic strains to crowd out harmful bacteria, delivering minerals that support the structural integrity of teeth and gum tissue, and providing antioxidant botanicals that reduce the oxidative inflammation driving gum irritation. All three angles working simultaneously, not just cleaning the surface, but rebalancing what's underneath it. Now let's talk about what is actually in the formula. This is where PurDentix either earns its price point or doesn't. 1. Lactobacillus paracasei, one of the most extensively studied oral probiotic strains. L. paracasei specifically helps inhibit the growth of Streptococcus mutans, the primary bacterial species responsible for tooth decay and acid erosion. It competes directly with harmful strains for adhesion sites on the teeth and gum line, helping to crowd them out before they can cause damage. Multiple clinical studies have examined L. paracasei in the context of oral health, and results consistently point to improved gum health markers and reduced harmful bacterial counts in saliva. 2. Lactobacillus reuteri. L. reuteri is the most researched probiotic in dentistry. It produces natural antimicrobial compounds called reuteri and reutericycline that specifically target periodontal pathogens, the bacteria implicated in gum disease. Multiple clinical trials have demonstrated that L. reuteri supplementation is associated with measurable improvements in gum bleeding, pocket depth reduction, and plaque index scores. Its inclusion here is not decorative. It has among the most direct evidence of any oral probiotic strain. 3. B. lactis BL-04, a bifidobacterium strain that supports immune defense in the mucosal tissues of the mouth and throat. The mucosal immune system is the first line of defense against oral pathogens, and BL-04 helps keep that defense calibrated. It's particularly relevant for people who notice that their oral issues worsen when they're stressed or run down, a sign that mucosal immunity is under pressure. 4. BL-ISK12, Streptococcus salivarius K12. This is arguably the most specialized ingredient in the formula. BLISK12 is a specific strain of naturally occurring beneficial bacteria that was originally isolated from the mouths of children with unusually healthy oral microbiomes. It produces bacteriocin-like inhibitory substances that actively suppress pathogenic bacteria responsible for bad breath, tonsil health, and ear-nose-throat infections. It's the primary ingredient targeting chronic halitosis that originates from bacterial activity rather than dietary sources. 5. Inulin, prebiotic fiber. Probiotics need fuel to thrive. Inulin is a prebiotic fiber that acts as a selective food source for the beneficial bacteria in the formula, helping them establish and sustain themselves in the oral environment rather than passing through without colonizing. Without a prebiotic, many probiotic supplements deliver live organisms that simply don't survive long enough to do meaningful work. Inulin addresses that gap directly. 6. Malic acid, from strawberry. A naturally occurring organic acid found in strawberries and other fruits. Malic acid has a clinically documented role in stimulating salivary flow, and saliva is the mouth's primary natural defense mechanism. It neutralizes acid, remineralizes enamel, and physically washes bacterial debris away from the teeth and gum line. It also contributes to surface whitening by gently chelating stain compounds from enamel without abrasion. 7. Tricalcium phosphate and calcium. Two forms of bioavailable calcium included to directly support enamel remineralization and the structural integrity of tooth tissue. Calcium is the primary mineral building block of enamel, and supplementing it alongside the probiotic and botanical components provides a structural counterpart to the microbial rebalancing happening elsewhere in the formula. 8. Spearmint and peppermint. Beyond the obvious fresh breath benefit, spearmint and peppermint have demonstrated antimicrobial activity against several common oral pathogens, including Candida species associated with oral yeast overgrowth. They also provide a palatable flavor profile that makes the daily supplement experience pleasant rather than medicinal, a practical detail that matters for long-term compliance. PurDentix is sold exclusively through the official website with 3 bundle tiers. 1 bottle, $69, a 30-day supply, the entry point, but the highest cost per bottle. 3 bottles, $177 total, or $59 per bottle, a 90-day supply. And since 90 days is the minimum evaluation window the brand recommends, this is where the trial actually becomes meaningful. You're also saving $30 over 3 single bottle purchases, 6 bottles. $294 total, or $49 per bottle. A 180-day supply at the lowest per unit cost. Free shipping is included on this package, and it's the option for anyone committed to giving the formula a full, proper evaluation. My honest recommendation: if you are genuinely curious about whether PurDentix can make a difference for you, the 3-bottle bundle is the rational starting point. You're giving it the evaluation window it actually needs, and you're saving meaningfully over the single bottle price. PurDentix comes with a full 60-day money-back guarantee, 2 months of use, and if you're not satisfied with the results for any reason, you contact their support team and receive a complete refund. No interrogation, no complicated return process. One honest note: the 60-day guarantee sits inside a recommended 90-day trial window. So if you order a single bottle and use it for 30 days before deciding, the guarantee still covers you for another month. But if you want to run the full 90-day evaluation the brand recommends, the 3-bottle bundle gives you the supply to do that, while still being covered by the guarantee for the first 2 months. Always verify the current guarantee terms directly on the official site at checkout, as policies can be updated. So, did I find an answer to the question I asked in that waiting room? I think so. Not a complete answer. Brushing and dental checkups are still non-negotiable, and PurDentix isn't a substitute for either. But as an approach to the part of oral health that conventional dental hygiene genuinely doesn't address, the microbial ecosystem, the formula is well constructed, the key ingredients are clinically credible, and the 60-day guarantee makes the financial risk manageable. If you're someone who does everything right on the surface and still deals with gum sensitivity, persistent breath issues, or that vague sense of oral discomfort that never fully resolves, this is worth investigating. The link is in the description below and pinned in the comments. That's the only authorized source for the genuine product. If this review helped you, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to Supplement Truth Compass. I publish honest, research-backed breakdowns every week for people who want the full picture before spending their money. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.